I just, when you talk about there's no forcible displacement, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, from Gaza. From Gaza. Again, I just made the point. We understand that.
So the Israelis saying basically leave the north and go to the south, or you're basically probably going to get killed. That is no forcible displacement from Gaza. You're talking about.
I'm talking about outside of Gaza, from Gaza out to Egypt or another third country. Yes.
Okay, so you're okay with like all of the hundreds of thousands of people who are in the north of Gaza all being.
I would say we support people inside Gaza being moved out of harm's way. Absolutely.
Okay, and then when this is over, you say they're going to get to return?
Israel has said that publicly.
Yeah, to what?
They're one of
to their neighborhoods.
So I will say that one of the
homes and those homes and neighborhoods still
if you saw this, I know you did see because you were there. If you saw what the secretary said when we were in Tokyo, he said there must be a sustained mechanism for reconstruction in Gaza. Obviously, a lot of those homes have been destroyed, and there has to be a mechanism to rebuild Gaza, including those neighborhoods and those homes that have been destroyed, so people can return to where they lived.
Yeah, but saying, oh well, once this is all over, you can go back home. But there isn't anything that's going to be left for them to go back to.
Yeah, obviously Gaza is the location of an intense military campaign. When it's over, we want to see reconstruction of Gaza.
All right, paid for by.
We will have conversations with partners in the region about that very question. I think it's a little too early to say. We're in the middle of the conflict right now. We're just having to start having conversations.
But it is not just as easy as saying, "Oh, okay, well, you're being told to move south for your own protection." But after that threat is over, then you can go back when you have nothing to go back to, and no one is going to be stepping up to pay for
nothing about this process. None of the issues in this process are easy, and I did not say they were easy. All of this is difficult. Every one of these principles we laid out will be the subject of intense diplomacy, and none of this, I think everyone that's been paying attention to the issues we've been grappling with and that Israel's been grappling with and that countries in the region are grappling with, no one would tell you that any of these are anything but very, very difficult.
Okay. Last one for me. On the Shifa, the hospital, do you have any thoughts about what's going on there?
Let me say a few things. Number one, you heard Jake Sullivan on TV yesterday say that we don't want to see hospitals be the subject of crossfire. We want to see the civilians who are sheltering in hospitals, the civilians who are being treated in hospitals, including babies in hospitals, be protected. Hospitals are legitimate civilian infrastructure. They should be protected. At the same time, I would say Hamas continues to use hospitals as locations for its command posts. So we talk about difficult issues. This is a very difficult issue. We don't want to see civilians caught in the crossfire. We would love to see Hamas vacate the hospitals that it's using command posts immediately. We would love to see all the people that are calling for Israel to take steps to protect hospitals call for Hamas to vacate the hospitals and stop using civilians as human shields. We would love to see Hamas take some of the fuel reserves it's sitting on and use that to supply hospitals in northern Gaza. We would love to see Hamas have taken the fuel that Israel offered it yesterday that they declined for use at Al-Shifa Hospital. So it's a very difficult situation, and I would say as a principle, I'll just restate what I said at the top, is we do not want to see civilians caught in the crossfire.
Okay, but you say, okay, you would love to see everyone call for Hamas to vacate hospitals, to get rid of all their fighters. Okay, but if they don't, you're okay with attacks on the hospitals?
I did not say that. I did not say that. So
I'm asking you.
Sure. So I am, as we have done all throughout this process, going to decline to comment on specific places, always because there is a bit. Hospitals in general. We do not want to see hospitals attacked. Okay. We want to see hospitals protected.
But if Hamas doesn't remove their people from the hospitals.
Again,
where you just said they are.
Again, I am not going to give a general answer on this because there are so many variables. Are there still wounded? Are there still civilians in those hospitals? Have they been evacuated? There are a number of things you have to consider when you're going to answer that type of question, which is why we, from thousands of miles away, declined to pass judgment or give a definitive answer about something where we don't have perfect information about what's happening on the ground.
Can I follow up on this one, please?
Matt, go ahead.
Now, you speak with certainty that Hamas is using a Shifa hospital as a...
I did not speak to Al-Shifa, and I said hospitals.